Tonight we're demoing ZenithServer, and we are running as I will show you here, let me pull up my screen, a Zebra node, fully synced. And there's two parts to running Zenith. You can run the GUI, and you can also run what they call ZenithServer, which is just an RPC server. So I'm going to load up my Zenith graphical user interface, and we're going to let it sync up. And while this is running, let me turn off the RPC server and then turn it back on just to see how it connects. And then lastly, I'm going to display the RPC JSON that's provided in the GitHub of all the available methods that we can use. So the first thing that I will demonstrate is get info, and this will run the RPC that shows us mainnet, the version of Zenith, and the Zebra version running. Next up, I want to list wallets. So this will list the wallets that have been created. And we can also use it to list accounts. And you just type in the index of the account. See, if you don't type an index, it just is null. So since I have multiple accounts, you just select the index of the account you'd like to display. And the same process works for listing addresses. You list the index of the account of the addresses you'd like to see. So in this case, I have created multiple wallets with the same seed phrase, and that's why these addresses are the same. Okay. And next up, we get, if you want to see the balance of your accounts, same idea, get balance, the index, and this will show you the amount in each pool for the wallet. So in this case, we have some funds in Orchard and Sapling. And I haven't synced the other accounts yet. That's why, even though they're the same seed, they don't show a balance yet. So going back to our available methods, and I want to now list the transactions that have been received in the first account. So this will list the amounts, the pool, TXID, etc. And we also have full view key support. Got to type in the index here as well. And pretty cool that we also have incoming view key support for the accounts using Zenith. All right, so for the final two methods, I'm going to show you how to send a transaction using send many. I'm going to go into my history and get my command so I don't have to type it all out. I'm going to send this to an account I imported into Zcool. But essentially you use the index of the account you want to use, the type of shielding you want to use, the address, the amounts, and then the memo. So let me just change this to Zenith test and hit enter. And it looks okay. Beautiful. And the second method to check the status of this is you just copy and paste that string into get operation status. And then let's see how it looks. Processing. So let me wait a few more minutes here, and we will make sure this completes correctly. Bam, we got our successful status, and the result gives you the transaction ID. All right, so let's fire up Zcool. As I already mentioned, I imported previously one of my accounts. In this case, it's the Dismat account. So let's open up that account after this syncs and wait for this transaction to show up. It looks like there is an unconfirmed transaction already pending there. So what I'm going to do is, since we're running our Zebra node locally, we can actually view the mempool and see it in real time. So on this machine, I'm running a Zebra node, and also on a Raspberry Pi 5, I'm running a Zebra node. So I'm going to SSH into my Raspberry Pi 5 and use that node for this mempool visualization. And looks like we got a few transactions in the pool here. And all right, so we have our transaction ID here, INZEN A0A51, and there you can see the fourth transaction in the mempool. It is Orchard, shows you the fee and the amount that's being transferred. And as soon as this confirms, I'll be right back. All right, mempool empty. Looks like our Zenith GUI has updated. Notice the latest transaction with the proper amount. Doesn't show the memo. That might be a bug there, but let's check zcool and get that refreshed. The balance has updated. And let's go down to the memo, and bam, Zenith test as expected. So there you have it, guys. This is pretty cool setup. We're not actually using Lightwallet D in this particular case. So we have a Zebra node running. We have a graphical user interface that we can use. And on the back end, if you need to access the wallet from the RPC, you can also do that as well. Thanks for watching. See you next time.